Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Yeah, there's nothing good to ever say about Monday other than it is a glorious day the Lord has given us. No matter what is going on outside, I know the East Coast is getting dumped on. So if you're looking for instrument weather, that's a good place to go. I know a couple of streamers who are out there and digging out of wherever they're flying out of or trying to dig out. I don't know how intense the sim gets with those kinds of storms, but yeah, there's a pretty major snowstorm on the East Coast. Anyway, we, however, are down here at the Gulf of America, sitting at Keesler Air Force Base, where we left off with the C-40 a couple of nights ago, and preparing to trek over to Randolph Air Force Base, Texas. One of the, I want to say, I know for sure three in the San Antonio area. Kelly, Lackland, and Randolph Air Force bases. I hope I didn't miss any. For some reason, my mind wanted to say five, but life of me, I couldn't come up with two more. So those are the only three I know. And that goes back to 1983. Way back yonder. Many of you are going, there was actually a 1983? Because you were probably born yesterday or the... So, anyway, yeah. So, welcome in. We are, like I said, in the Level Up updated Zebo package into it to number 29. And we're in the LevelUP 737-700 with the C40 colors. Now, yes, as some of you actually who don't watch this show but may already know this, those that have watched know this. Technically, and let's put big, huge 20, 30,000 foot air quotes on it, the C40 is not a 737-700, as many of you think. It's actually a BBJ. Converted, well, it's set up for what the military wanted. So there probably are some, granted, the general frame is a 700, but it really is a BBJ. So just to put that out there. Does it matter? No, because we're flying it as a 737-700. I have to look at, I don't even know how I'll look at it. Oh, I know, when the so-called air show this year happens. Oh, wait, it's next year. You gotta love Facebook. They can't even figure that out. So, yeah, that one kind of cracked me up. So, we're going to go with it as is. Now, in real life, there'd only be the most 30 people maybe on this plane. I think it could hold 50. We're going to find out here in a second exactly what our loadout is as we head to Randolph in San Antonio, Texas, from Keesler Air Force Base, Biloxi, Alabama. Or correction, oh, I'm getting hit all over the place. Mississippi, get it right. So, all right, so let's hop in. And also at the same time, let's take a look at Sim Toolkit so we can get an idea. You know, it always helps if you click Sim Toolkit, not Sim Toolkit Overlay. That's what you got at the top. It is what it is. We've already come online, so let's go up here to the load sheet. Now, these numbers will be relatively very, very, if not right on with what we're flying today. The payload will be 26,680 pounds. The block fuel will be 15,430 pounds. There always The passenger count is always going to be correct. This one is 116. And we'll see if there'll be, well, yeah, there will be 6,380 pounds of cargo. Plan is for runway 4 out of Keesler. And slight variation to the routing, but you got the general gist over to Randolph. 34,000, and that's probably pushing it. Why I say it, not that the aircraft in 400, 500 miles can't do it. There have been huge, the jetway has been a huge issue here of late. 100+ knot winds, generally again from the westerlies blowing to the easterly, and could be northwest, southwest. But the general it's just been a nightmare going east or west. Going east, oh, they could go up to the up into the orbit if they could. But yeah, going west has been a trick here of late. Let alone pretty much, hey, if you're trying to fly out of an airport on the East Coast, I'm not going to add insult to injury. If you're thinking about it, don't. Not for a couple of days. It's going to take them a little bit to dig out of this one. So yeah, I'm not even going to try to throw anything in on that. That's just, wow, is all I can say going on the east to northeast coast. Here in the U.S., weather, well, we're not going to talk about any of that out there other than to say there's a lot of snow. But here on the ground, Biloxi, winds are out of the northwest, 340, 13 with gusts to 19, 10 mile of visibility, cool. We saw the clear skies. It's 7 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's cold. 45, 40, yeah, call it 45 degrees, but with that wind, brr, this is I mean, they're kind of used to colder winters there along the southern coast, but not as prepared as, say, Memphis or St. Louis. Not even going to talk about Minneapolis, Chicago, because they're more geared for the winters than the summers, because things will flip. They'll be nice and comfortable in the summer inside, where up north, they're in kind of the same distress where they don't have the kind of air conditioning they do down there. So, yeah, it's cold. All right, over at San Antonio, Randolph Air Force Base, winds are out of the northeast at 11, 10-mile visibility and clear. Oh, cool. Wonder if that's the general discussion coast from airport to airport. Now, originally, SimBrief put us on 1.5 right. Now we're on 3.3 left. So let's be like a pretzel and be flexible. 10 miles clear and 55 degrees here. So while the wind will put a little chill in San Antonio, not as bad as what's going on in Biloxi. But the good thing is no icing, no clouds. Hey, that's a good day. We don't have to de-ice. All right, and like I said, we are on the VATSIM network, so feel free to come aboard. And let me pull Sim Toolkit out. Let's get this bird ready to fly. Now, caveat here. I may get busy and not see people checking in or you know, following, but or any other, you know, donations of any kind from subscribing to biddies and that. Please bear with me, I'll catch up. Right now, I'm trying to get a little help, but it's not to say it's going to be the end all. But I've got my third screen on here so I can try and catch maybe some of it. All right, so let's go to work. With that, we start up top always. Oh, I hear my phone. Hang on. There we go. All right, still bothersome to me that the stall warning alert is so quiet versus, now granted the stick should shake and hopefully that'll shake the noggin of the pilot to say, hey, you're stalling. It didn't on an Airbus, but that might be because their hands weren't on the stick, literal stick. But they still should have known with the airplane pitched up like it was. But it happens. All right, EECs are on. Passenger oxygen is on. 3 green on the landing gear. Off on the service interphone. Off on the dome light. Reversers are not open. ELT set and armed. Our devices look good. We're on status. You'll see why here in a second. As we bring the alignment process to start on the IRS. What is this number 6 for new folks to a 737 or some of the Boeings out there? It's not just limited to this. That's why you set it to heading status. I learned this, good Lord, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and had been flying PMDG's 737 over an FSX and Century of Flight for a long time, and I never knew this. When you set it to heading status, yes, in an aligned state, you're going to get the heading and what the current status is of the inertial system. When you're in alignment, that's the number of minutes to alignment. So you now know we have 6 minutes. 6 minutes to get anything done before we need to have coordinates in, or jump, put the coordinates in. I'm going to do a basic check of the main panel overhead. Okay, yaw dampers good. Fuel pumps all off. Okay, electrics look good. Coming down the middle, good. Probe heats off, anti-ice off, electric pumps off, engine pumps on. Actually, they're off because the engines aren't running. Do not look for a trim air switch. This guy got caught. Compliments of another streamer. Thank you. I did not know the 700 did not have a trim air switch. Okay. Excuse me. Oh. And Randolph, let's see, 700. Okay, we'll go there. Lights are set. All right, we're going to go ahead, skip over now and get the FMC up and aligned. Now, if you come in and you hit, go for the, when you click FMC, click pause in it, and you don't see anything here, go back up to your overhead because you whoa, come back to nav. You didn't move them over to nav. Now we go down and voila, set position. See, they're there now. Today is, okay, go back, click in, go to route, go back, hang on, I forgot something. KBIX, got ahead of myself. Okay, now go to route. That's how I knew. Okay, now follow the directions Zebo gives you for you getting this set up. I am nowhere capable of trying to get it out properly. They got great documentation. Came out, I forget, was it the 3 or the 2? One of those is when we got this. It links it basically to your SimBrief account, and it'll give you your flight plan here. And give me a second, I'll show you what else it does. Okay, we'll load it, activate it, execute, and then we can go click, click, and then go to next page, and there's our route in essence. We'll be doing some changes. All right, back to here. All right, now the other thing it does, if we go into fuel, go to airside, click the little arrow here in level up. If we're in Zebo, it's like a little triangle pointing that way. You'll get to this page. Load the OFP, double check your numbers. Whoops. Was zero fuel weight. I'm showing in SimBrief of 110,799. 110,799. Cool. 6380 on the cargo. 116 peeps. 15,430. Guess what? Activate. Now, if I had all the GSE from Zebo over here, we would be seeing the fuel truck pull up and other assorted things that go on. But we'll see the cargo door open, we'll see the main doors open and such. All right, so, but let's get back to work, shall we? I don't remember if we hear them or not. Oh, we're refueling, and no, we did not. Okay. In a few, we'll start seeing the numbers going up to 700 a tank. Yeah, a little over 700 a tank. There's the main door opening. And the cargo door you could see open. Eventually, when we start boarding people, the back door will be open. All right, there goes the fuel numbers up. All right, so let's get to work, all right? First things first, let's get our departure set up. Oh, what runway? I think we said 4. Yeah, runway 4. Activate. Okay. Then we're going to come back and... Whoa, that was not what I expected. Oh, that's because I clicked the wrong one. That one. All right, so we're going to plan the ILS 33 left for now. I missed it. Oh, there it is. We're going to use ZT, and I'll show it to you here in a second. We're going to come in on the Cuervo tree arrival. Cuervo tree, cage, execute. All right, now let's go to legs. All right, couple of things I'm going to do here first. Get cage up here, execute. Now we're going to leave this open, and I know it's kind of disturbing to some, but what we'll do on takeoff, if we should get ATC, right now we don't have Houston. Yeah, we're under Houston. I had to think for a second, is it Jacksonville or Houston? Either one, whichever one. We'll then track when they tell us to go direct. And then all we'll do is come here, move it up. All right, now let's look at this, shall we? Hang on. Chots. Okay. So as you can, you know, it always helps. I thought I had it up. To have it up. Here's BIX, here's OSTI. We'll be taking off in this general direction, and then we'll kind of go direct OSTI to LSU. This is the difference here. Get on the airway, was it J38, I think it was? I will have to check. Yeah, J138. Then we're going to go over to Lake Charles. And then we're going to go direct Cage. Now, I do not know if this is part of J138 or not. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not worried about it. But I think Cage is the 5-letter fix right above Houston Intercontinental's VOR. And then it's the arrival. Okay, so there's our start. So let us put in actually we're going to go to LSU. Wait. Here's how we can do this. Clear. All right. And then Lake Charles. Oh, if I remember right, it goes like this. Now, the good thing is I'm just going to go to legs. There are no one, 3, 4. It doesn't have the distance, but we're in the Western Hemisphere, so all right, and then we're direct Cage. There's how you make that change. And now let's pull up Cuervo. Do a quick rundown of the fixes. Weed, Whalen, Jose, Rodo. Next will be Marks. Pig out. Oh, that never happens in Texas. Cuervo, Pollo. Vectors for the ILS. Zeti. Zetet, however you want to say it. So basically from Pollo, we're going to vector, but then end up on the arc to 3-4 left or right? Left. Oh, why did I choose that runway? Dang it. Anyway, and that's what we'll end up flying. To Hoxab, to No Dive, Fairsu, Fairing, Hicku, and out to 3 left, and Hakti. All right, so there, that's all in. Good. How we doing on fuel? Let's look. Okay, we're done refueling. It's not in the status board here. So our hint is turn the no smoking switch to auto. All right, so we'll go to auto, and that will begin the passenger boarding process. Now, again, if I had the GSE from Zebo in here, it would show buses pulling up and gangways and all into the plane and such. I don't. So when we look outside, It's just 2 doors open. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, so the route is done, and again, we can look at it here. This discontinuity applies until I go direct. Then it's the LSU LCH cage, and then the arrival. Okay, back to page 1. Let's go to perf int. And let's request. And we'll wait for it. All we're going to do is load what the aircraft is expected to have. Load. There'll be no accept or execute. That's all there is. Flight level 340. Temperatures look good. Transition looks good. Now, many may not do this reserve. I don't think it's required. If it is, all you do is just look at your sim brief. Take either, it's simple addition or subtraction. Subtract the, addition. Add just the oh, wait a minute. I still got charts up. Stand by. You aren't seeing any of this. Hey, thank you, Heil Haveto. We appreciate it. Yeah, I just realized that right as you text in. And my apologies, folks. So we'll get this. I'm going to use SimBrief real quick here to show. So we'll get SimBrief up here, or Sim Toolkit, sorry, with SimBrief. Here we go. Go to the flight. Come down here to your preview briefing, and you're going to add. What I do is drop these two numbers, put a decimal. So 3.6 plus 3.0. Hey, if you don't know, ask your kid. They should. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yeah, it's 6.6. That's what we need for our minimum. Okay, let me pull that out for now. We'll be back to this in just a second. So I'm just going to make it 6. Yeah, I could have put 6.6, but I kind of get tired of seeing the low fuel, and sometimes that alleviates it. Cost index 13, that should be correct. It is. All right. Now, looking here, request, we don't click, we go to N1. Now, how do we figure this up? Again, you can use SimBrief. Here's SimBrief. Let me hide this. Now, you have two options here. You could use performance tools right here. You would if I clicked on it. I thought I did. There we go. If you go to performance tools right here, or takeoff performance difference, you got to fill in everything here that you did to get your flight. Now, you are going to be given the slope. Many of you don't put that in, and the heading and all of some of the stuff you need on page 2. Most of you do not go to the page 2 we'll show here in a minute. I do. Now, you can also get that slope that I mentioned from Sim Toolkit. But let's show you what I mean here. So we'll go, we're in a 737, B737. Put the tail number in if you have it. Airport, I mean, like I said, you're re-entering everything you did to get your flight. Oh, excuse me. Now you got to get your takeoff weight. What? See what I mean? Now you got to go back to SimBrief to get that takeoff weight of 125,729. To me, this is a lengthy process that I kind of wish SimBrief would put on the takeoff performance page on the other one. Now, just make sure your weather is correct, and that I'm doing on another source. Looks like we made it. And there you go. There's your speeds: 133, 135, 140. Anti-ice off, bleed on, flaps 1, takeoff 1, select temperature of 52. Now, where do you find the slope? Come down to runway information. Runway is not shortened, so you don't have to worry about that. There's your grade, down 0.08. So what you would enter is point or down D 0.1. And then it gives you the cute little map telling you where things are. It is relatively short runway, but not that short. I mean, let's be honest. We know from our past flights and looking at flight schedules, 737-7 and 800s take off on 4,000 feet of runway, albeit full power. Santos Dumont, Brazil. Good airport for you to go fly to. You can do it. I have faith in you. I've done it many a times. 737s and Airbuses. All right, so that's one way. Now, the other way, go up to your flight, click takeoff performance, and look, everything's already put in. Kick calculate. That'll make some of you guys that get into a hurry happy, because it's all done for you. Same numbers, same everything. $133, $135, $140, $52, takeoff 1. All right, so what do we do with this data? Okay, now we said we're taking off DTO1, 52. Now wait for it, because it'll tell suggest a climb profile. I like climb 2. We'll do that. Take off. Click CG. I go to the next page. Runways, wind, right, 340 at 12. In.
Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay, they're ready to go. 1, 2. Runway slope. Just making sure with this update. Nope, they didn't change anything, so it's up. A correction. Down 0.1 / runway heading 037. We're ready to go. All we got left to do is first kick off the EPU. Okay, and then come to the overhead here, and oh, we need to go back, put in our flaps, which were 1. Okay, our numbers were 133, 135, 140. See QRH off. There, you're ready to go. Okay, so 140, we'll make it 160. I do V2 plus 10. We said 037. and initial 340. Flight directors on. Landing gear lever down, 3 green. Fuel flow reset. We're set to go here, so we'll switch it to what you like to see. Coordinates north and west. And into the middle. Generators on for the EPU. Bleeds on. And we're ready to go.
If you are traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, please place your mask on first. And of course, please.
All right. We're ready for the start, and we're going to push back here instead of pull up and around. I think the C-130s that are based at Keesler reverse back, power back. We're not. We're going to be pushed. Okay, landing gear levers down, speed brakes up, flaps up, and engine start levers cut off. Parking brake set, and yaw damper, hang on. On. Passengers are aboard. All right, let's go to work.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, just wanted to make sure we're up and running on Sim Air Force. Yes, we are flying for Simulated Air Force. Let me put a link up there for you all in Twitch so that you'll be able to, if you want to join a virtual special group, special op group, Sim Air Force could be the one you'd like to look at. Just hit that link, icrew.simairforce.com, and browse your way through. Love to have you aboard. What's the difference between a virtual airline and a virtual special group? We all can fly over or through special op areas like restricted warning areas and all of that. However, if you want to do dogfighting, cargo dropping, paradroppings, assault landings, air refueling, formation flying, escorts, air to ground, air to air, engagements in the restricted areas, you gotta have the you have to be part of a special op group. That has to be in your remarks, and and go through the training programs each of them have, because of, yeah, they don't want you to go, okay, no, I'm a special ops group. Where are you, A380? You're going down. No, can't do that. Sorry. Rules prevent that, because you'll go down. Hey, check us out. Like I said, icrew.simairforce.com. We're great. We got good software, great people. Some with actual military flight experience. Some veterans like myself have joined. So, hey, check us out. We'd sure love to have you aboard. All right, so he's ready to push. Let me get back down here real quick. Check something. Put this one on legs. That one stays there. Beacon. Okay. I did turn the beacon on, right? Yes, I did. Okay.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Fuel on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, thanks for the free pushback with better pushback. Very great, very good utility within X-Plane 12. That's free for download. No cost to you, other than purchasing X-Plane. All right, we're good to continue our checks, and we're ready to taxi. All right, let me get up here, check everything. Isolation valve back. Meter good. APU off. Auto brake. Flaps to 1. Keesler, common traffic, SAM 1572 taxi to runway 22 for departure. Okay, LNAV, VNAV. Okay, let me just continue here. Okay, heading bug set, VNAV, LNAV set. All right, we forgot to do one thing. We'll get that here in a second. Now, an interesting thing. I mentioned C-130s being based here at Keesler. Most don't realize they are one of the two or three squadrons here of them are the Hurricane Hunters. They're the ones that go out. Yeah, I know. Who in their right mind would do that? These pilots do. I'd love to tag along once, but they won't invite me. I don't know why. But anyway, so yeah, you got the Hurricane Hunters here. Now, an interesting feature on this field. Let me get outside. This taxiway, and I think this taxiway, and it may even be the farthest one, they have a deluge system of water to spray up to clean the aircraft when they come back from flying over the ocean. At a couple of 100 feet above the ocean to as high, of course, as 10,000. But it's to get all that salt so they don't corrode the aircraft off. Pretty cool that they do that. It's kind of a neat thing. There are a lot of pictures of it online. But yeah, they just roll in and it just begins a deluge of water up. And it's kind of like a little car wash they go through to get all that salt water off. Okay, weather and terrain. All right, we're just about ready for action here. I hope y'all are ready as well. We'll just hold right here. Bear with me a second. Defeating the purpose if you can't see the full extension. All right, we're ready to go. Okay, and Keesler Air Force Base traffic, SAM 1572 departing runway 4. So again, hope your weekends all went well. We're going to do a back taxi for safety. We had a really good weekend here. For those just tuning in that may not have been here Friday, after 2 long years of looking for full-time work, we finally have a start date on a full-time job. Oh my gosh, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all that you've done. I just wanted to just say thank you and praise God. 2 years, yeah. Had a great sermon in church yesterday about where is God. In the beginning, as we start a new study on the book of Daniel in the Bible, it's a good way to start it off. So, I just want to again say thank you to all who are and who did pray for us. Like I said, starting next month, March, will be full-time. And it's not at the grocery store. But thank you so much. It's so appreciative. All right, here we go.
Knots.
Okay, there's 100, hands off the throttle.
V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. 400, 1000.
All right, we are now direct Oisty, and we're on our way. Gears up. Flaps are gonna be coming up now. And I don't believe we have ATC. Okay, climbing slowly because we're building speed to 250. Direct Oisty, which is 60 miles ahead of us. So enjoy, folks. I'm glad to have you aboard. Thank you again for for all of your prayers. We'll be starting full-time work at the 9th of March. Last day at the grocery store. This Thursday. I'm going to take a week off. Got some things to square up, get ready for the new job, get back into full-time habits. So, thank you again. All right, so tells you there, God is great. We just have to be ready when God is, because God is grooming you. And you will never, when you stray from His plan, that's never a good thing. His plan works. You just, a lot of times, it's that word patience we humans hate. To be patient. Sit back. Let someone else run the deal. We think it's my way or the highway. Well, guess what? That's what God thinks too. It's my way or you're off the highway. So anyway, thank you so much. I sure appreciate it. I'll be right back, folks. All right, we're just letting the aircraft have a little air time. The LevelUP version of the 737. So let me kind of explain the two real quick while we're climbing. Zebo, I'm sorry, hands down to me is the best. I flew PMDG over in FSX in a Century of Light. Hands down, that was dynamite. I mean, great stuff, but Hawker 125, one of the few streamers I'll actually call out sometimes. Pushed and pushed and pushed to get me over to X-Plane, and as soon as he did, he said, "You gotta fly this plane." He was right. It was equal to, if not better than, PMDG. Add into the equation, it's free. And that is something unheard of in the FSX, a Century of Flight days. You don't get anything for free in flight simming over there. And here is a extremely high quality product that's free. And I have to continually say this to the team at Zibo, thank you. Well then, and they only do the 737-800. Okay, now another group, LevelUP, comes along. Sorry for coughing there, folks. And they include the 600, the 700, their own 800, 900, 900 ERs. What a deal here we have, and it is compatible to the Zibo. You can actually, there's a piece of Zibo you can put into LevelUp, and you get the LevelUp experience from the 600 to the 900 ER, all of them. The only thing you have to do is, and it'll tell you this texture is not compatible with this aircraft you selected. Select this base model. How tough is that? But I think where LevelUp excels just a smidge more than PMD or Zibo, is this sound set. This is incredible, what we get with LevelUp. And that's why a lot of times I kind of angle to the LevelUp than I do Zibo now to get these phenomenal sounds for free. Yeah, I know. Just incredible what, you know, is out there for Zibo. That's free. Better pushback. And like both sims, great sceneries, free on both ends. Great payware stuff. I mean, and the flight dynamics here are, to me, more realistic, more to what I remember. Now, albeit a few years removed from some of you whippersnappers out there, but yeah, it's just an amazing sim and aircraft right now we're flying. The LevelUp 737-700 with the C40 textures. So, I hope you enjoy this. We've got, about an hour and a half over to San Antonio. And, you know, one thing we didn't brief, what's the winds today? Actually, they're not as bad as what we had going to Vegas last week from Hartford. They're still westerly. We're going into a headwind, but they're only 66 knots. We were in 100 to 140 something knot jet stream winds most of the way to Vegas. So it's kind of nice to have a little easing of that jet stream. And we are substantially lower. I think we flew that at 38. And we're 4,000 lower, so that may be what's helping. All right, we're on our way. Well, thank you, Lumo 1995. I sure appreciate I do too. Granted, I'm technically getting within retirement ages here in the States, but thank you. Yeah, I heard how bad I heard snippets of what's going on in Mexico. Yeah, that's unbelievable though. The little bits that I read. I hope things settle down down in there. So those of you trying to head into Mexico to escape the cold, right now is not a good time. Those of you trying to escape the blizzard, well, you're not going to get out of your airport, but once it opens, you don't want to get into Mexico right now. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you and your family there, Lumo or Lul, I know I'm not saying it right, are safe and continue to be safe. And I am definitely praying for you. Definitely keep your heads up, yes. Says everything's calm today, but it was bad. A lot of burned out businesses, cars, buses, killing of cops. Yeah, like I said, I heard just, I don't know what you want to call it, the tips of those icebergs you just mentioned, and oh, I was like, holy crap.
Thousand to go.
I didn't know this, folks. I'm kind of looking through the headlines. Alyssa Liu, I think's how you say her last name. I know the name's been said all over the world. I just watched the amazing stuff this young lady did, and I did not know this. She skated at the Olympic Gala yesterday to the Pink Pantheress. I'm gonna have to hear this song. All I ever know is the Pink Panther because we played it when I was in the band many years ago. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Oh, kind of curious about a couple stories here I might have to dig into. 500 passengers forced to spend the night on a grounded plane after heavy snow cancels flights at an airport. Oof. Anyway, all right, that's enough of the news. Sad as it is, and very sad in Mexico. Looks like head of a cartel was assassinated or killed or died, sparking off the massive either retaliations or whatever. Whoa. So, yeah, definitely stay safe down there, Lumo, sorry. Reading too much of Alyssa Limu. So, sorry if I get names all turned up. Way too much in the news on her. Granted, phenomenal job she did on the ice. Just way too much we're learning. We don't need to learn. Just let us enjoy the victory. All right, let me get down here, flip over to Unicom, get up top here. Oh, we never turned the seatbelt sign off. All right, we're on our way, cruising for an arrival in about an hour and 10 minutes-ish. In Randolph Air Force Base, out in the San Antonio area of Texas, for those not up to date with it. We're about to overfly LSU. Not mistaken, that is Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A lot of swampland down there. Or should I say bayou country? I will be right. All right, we're back. Had to congratulate my daughter on an achievement she had. Love to find version 2 liveries of this out there. Not sure where I haven't seen any yet. I think that is why you see the weird coloring on the pylons here and up on the wiper. There might be others throughout the plane, but I think that's what attributes to that. So roughly an hour to go, and we'll be in the San Antonio area. So sit back, relax. I'm going to run some music, and we'll be back to you here in a few. All right, back with you folks. Hope y'all have enjoyed the flight so far. We're looking at about 45 to 50 minutes into San Antonio. Oh, what a fun flight this is. Many of the flights we do with Sim Air Force are like this. But like all virtual special groups, we have requirements we have to meet. Wrapping up mine for the month of February, 2 hours, and that's a fun ride across the Gulf here. So give us a try if you're thinking about joining a virtual group. If you ever wanted to fly formation, try air refueling, air combat. Now granted, there are better platforms than the flight sims and VATSIM, like digital combat, but you can still do that here. And but in order to do that, you have to be part of that, following the rules VATSIM has in place. Like I said in the beginning, we're not an organization or any of the virtual special ops group of going, hey, look, I think I could take that tub out, that A380. No, that's not what we're about. Wrong place to be if that's what you think. No, we're here to fly and do it like we're supposed to. Fly in the military restricted areas. We can go head to head with each other there. We can run more in of. Welcome. Thanks for the first time chat. Hello. And we'd love to have you aboard. It's icrew.simairforce.com. Well, more in of. Welcome in. Thank you. You've tripped one of our goals we set. We now have 530 followers. Thank you, sir, so much. Welcome aboard. And I'm just working on getting that link out there for you. icrew.simairforce.com. Read about it. Like I said, though, you gotta play by the rules. There is a bit of a training period so that you understand understand how formation flying works, and air refueling if you're in those types of aircraft. This one we don't do much air refueling in, but other aircraft we do and can. So welcome in. We're flying VIP today, SAM 1572. More in of welcome. Let's see, I'm new at X-Plane 12. Do you use any add-ons, or is this default? This actually is the LevelUP 737. I'll give you a link here for it. And it goes really nice. They're both these links I'm about to give you there are free. They are not payware aircraft, but you will swear you're flying PMDG if you are familiar with that. And basically what these two groups have done, Zebo and LevelUp, they took the default 737-800 inside X-Plane and they modified it. That's what they've done, and offer it to the X-Plane community for free. So just love them for that. And man, I wish more could do it that way. And I'll be honest, I think this and Zebo outdo PMDG all the time. But you don't have access to this in the simulator that PMDG is with. Right, we're over, I believe, Lake Charles. Yep, just crossed it. 115 miles to Houston. Speaking of which, let's start thinking top of descent, 109 miles. That's why I wanted to start thinking here. Let's get back into plane. All right. Now, we'll talk about descending this aircraft here shortly. Couple of ways you can start a descent in the 737s. So we'll show that. No, I do not play with the two Microsoft products. I left Microsoft when it was still at, well, let me rephrase that. Yes, 2020 was out. I did not go. Way too much horrible things I was seeing in it. I know they fixed them all, and 24. But no, just not doing it. And went to X-Plane. Went from FSX over to X-Plane, and I'm not looking back. Loving it all. All right, boy, I've got some memories running the I-10 corridor here in the United States, Interstate 10, Southern Interstate. Boy, do I run it as a truck driver, and they're all good. None of it was bad. Well, yeah, it was all good. I did get on I-10 just after Hurricane Andrew had just pummeled southern Florida, and was about to make had made second landfall well inland at the time I ran I-10, and wow, the damage, even though it never grew back to what it did in southern Florida, oh my gosh, the damage it did on that landfall was incredible, to me at least. And then what I was doing down there, I had made a delivery, I think it was New Orleans, but I could be wrong, irrelevant. Anyways, headed for a pickup of mustard. Now, when my dispatcher told me mustard, my back of my mind went, okay, I'm gonna get a jar of mustard and take it to a grocery warehouse. Oh, yippee-ki-yay. No, it was mustard seed. So I was taken aback a little bit, but boy, I was out there in the bayou, man. Wow, I'd never been anywhere in that kind of an area of Louisiana, or when I lived in Charleston, even out in the swamps. Whew. And I also never heard of mustard seed, other than the biblical remarks, and wow, I was taken aback by it. But yeah, picked it up right after Hurricane Andrew made its second landfall, day or two the most. Saw a lot of trees, cut down. Do I use live weather? Yes, but you wouldn't know it. Because the weather between Keesler and Randolph, Mississippi and Texas. Oh wait, there was a cloud. It's clear. If I was up in the Northeast, it'd be a whole different story. Up in Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, maybe, I think it's still in DC. But yeah, it's all, but yeah, you wouldn't know it. But yes, we do use live weather. Just one of those days. And that cloud we just flew by, I like to affectionately call it, I think it was a flak burst. Because that's what it looks like, because it sometimes just appears, and as we go by, disappears. Because now you can't see it anywhere out there. But to help enforce that we are on it, hang on. Here's our winds currently, out of 300 degrees at 63 knots. So yeah, got a brisk tailwind. Oh no, headwind, my bad. But yeah, to look out the plane, it's very hard, other than the little bit of haze you see out there, to know we're on live weather. My wife was informing me, she saw a report, Central Park in New York City, 2 feet of snow. To me, that's incredible. When I drove the aforementioned truck back in the 90s when Andrew hit, during that same time frame from then through my days of driving a truck, at least once or twice a year we'd have these quote superstorms roll through. And the first one I missed. Thankfully I went home and it did all its damage out east, and I drove in behind it. Holy crap, 4 feet of snow is incredible to see. You can't really tell it looking out until you took a turn on the interstates to go on another road, and the snow was up to the belly of the trailer I had. So 2 feet of snow is incredible in Central Park, New York. Saw a comment. You would like to fly the 787-9 in X-Plane 12. I know a lot of people just like you there. And there is a payware version out there. I've heard good and bad about it. I don't have it. McKnight, is that, I believe, who does it? McKnight, something like that. And I can't speak to you of quality or anything like that. 2 reasons. 1, I don't have it. More importantly, I've never, ever been around one. So I don't know what to expect out of it, cockpit-wise, performance-wise, and stuff. Other than I know they pack a very healthy endurance in flying. They can go some seriously long distances. Same with the A350. While I have one, I don't fly it much. They say at Flight Factor they're working on it. And I don't know when they'll ever release it. When they do, you know, great. I'm looking forward to it. Again, another airplane, very lengthy endurance in flight. I know nothing about other than the couple of times in the sim here. Hey, we actually have traffic up here. All right, let's see what we have. Oh, we have a American Airlines 1571. That might be the one coming at us. I think that's our contrail out in the distance. And by the way, this is a better, what's called a better camera, ABC. It is better than X camera. It's also free, and developer is constantly updating it. And the cool thing is it tells you when there's an update available. And there's our opposing traffic, although, oh yeah, that's right, he's higher than us. He's on an IFR route just like me. I follow roads. All right, we're getting close to top of descent. Let's see. Oh no, we're not. We're 121 miles out. All right, we got a little bit of time, so we'll kick back, relax, let the music. That's VATSIM. It says VATSIM we're on. Oh, spam, hang on a second. Let me see what you put out there. I did not see that. That's crazy. I don't know why it gave you that little bit of difficulty, the stream there. Yeah, and obviously you're back there, but my apologies. Let's see here. All right, enjoy the music. All right, I just gifted a sub out to the community, and it landed on. Hang on. Brown over blue, and hope you enjoy that. Look forward to seeing you and learning more from you about flying Airbuses. All right, we are about 180 miles out of Randolph. I think this would be a perfect visual approach. However, we're going to use the ILS to help us out because sometimes this haze, makes finding these runways, even at night, hard. And we're in the daytime, so. All right, 65 miles out. Let's check here. We'll start with descent forecast. The big thing here, unless you're outside of North America, you really don't need to check the transition level because it sticks at 18,000. But if you're in Europe, you ought to be looking at the ATIS to find out what it is and change it. Controllers got on my case once for changing it early. So, they do know. So pay attention to that. But like I said, in the States, all of the US is 18,000. most of North America is. Now, there are parts of Mexico, I believe, that are higher, and the Caribbean. Canada is 18,000. Hey, cut that out. I love when it does that. We're going to request wins. May or may not get any. And load. No data. Okay, well, it happens. All right, now we're going to go back to the descent page. We're still a little far out, but let's check some things. Let's make sure we're not supposed to be getting down below anything. Okay, above 24,000's fine, so 13,000 at marks. So we'll set for 13,000. Okay, now we can click descend now here on the FMC, or we can click here, altitude intervene. Either one will start the descent when you're ready. As I said, we still have 50 miles to go to where the computer says top of descent is. But we're literally right now, if we had ATC, which we don't, I don't think. Nope. Excuse me. What a winter this has been for colds and my sinuses. And let me do something real quick. All right, we're landing on an 8,300 foot runway, brakes 2. Let me take a look at this airport. All right, so we'll just come down G to Echo and head over to transient parking. Of course, base ops on the other side of the airfield. Okay, we've got our traffic again straight ahead of us. Below us this time probably for Houston. And I'll bet you they're out of contrails, so we're not going to be able to see them unless... Again, most likely that's our contrail. That's Delta headed for maybe Atlanta. I don't know. So Oh, there they are, way out there. All right, time for us to think about the descent. 30 miles out. Okay, so we are turning and it's time to start thinking about coming down. It's been a little over an hour since we left or started our takeoff roll at Biloxi, Keesler Air Force Base. Hang on, let me, I do have one chore to do. 111. Active, okay, hang on. $16.8. Okay, there we go. So what we've set is the ILS for runway 34 left, and we've set the VOR at San Antonio, albeit a little south of the field, but it will help us in knowing how far out. All right. And also, while we're at it, let's set the course to 325. Okay, whoa. All right, we're ready to start our descent. Again, you can use descend now, and that's what you're looking for right here. We're about 10 miles off, but it'll start the descent. And we're headed in. Downwind, Sin. Where are we off to today? Randolph Air Force Base, next to San Antonio, Texas. A little warmer, at least in the 50s. I was thinking about doing a northeast shuttle hop, but I chose not to. Just a little too much white stuff. But welcome in, Downwind Sim. Yeah, last word I got was from my wife. They said Central Park has 2 feet of snow. And it's still snowing. All right, I'm going to go ahead, kill the music. Yeah, 2 feet of snow. Good place for it, New York City. Hang on, I'll check into that. Okay, yeah, that will literally cripple that city. But you know they'll bounce back like anywhere. Um, the one thing I remember from driving out there with the truck, they pretty much in Jersey and New York City, if you have a truck, guess what? Don't put a blade on it. And I saw company after company, not or a New Jersey DOT or New York DOT, city trucks like that. I'm talking companies out on major roads with plows doing what the city did, and they opened that up pretty quickly. I was really amazed at how fast. New York City's a little tougher because of all the cars and what have you, but they still do an amazing job. I've been in there after a couple of major superstorms back in the 90s, and I was really shocked at how well they did it. See, Downwind says, yeah, you had snow piles for about 3 weeks. Yeah, we did here too. There's actually a couple of areas here that still do, but for the most part, they're gone. Matter of fact, I haven't checked them since Friday. Friday's when I saw them, so, but yeah, and that was a foot and a half, so, but yeah, the Northeast is kind of used to it. I mean, Boston, they just push it out into the bay, only to have it come back with the next storm, but but literally they have that option. So does New York City in many areas. Just dump it in the bay, dump it in the rivers. So they shall get through it. Yeah, my dad, when he used to fly the Dash 8s in and out of Logan, he said, yeah, you just watch them load dump trucks and they dump it back in the bay. And then the next nor'easter picks it all up, dumps it all back, and then they do it again. Another place I heard that really did a good job, Cordova, Alaska. They literally, that's how they snowplowed it. Snowplowed it right into the ocean. And of course, then it would come back, it would be sucked up and dumped again. But yeah, great way to, you know, do snow removal. If that's an option for you. They actually have it here in St. Louis. I mean, they could dump it in the Mississippi, and I think they have. But I'm sure environmentalists, you can't put that polluted water in there. It's already polluted. What are we thinking with all that diesel from the barges and all? I'm not eating a fish out of the Mississippi. Okay, brakes 2. All right. Oh, I guess I should probably figure out what Randolph's common traffic frequency might be and see if I'm right. Oh, we have 2 different channels that it could be. Well, I would have guessed wrong. If it'll even tell me. 2,500. Up, that would have been the one. If you hang on, you know, I'm sorry. Picture's more better than my description. All right, here's Randolph. Hang on, I'm going to help y'all. Okay, across the top. There's your ATIS hangover clearance. It's the yeah, there's a hangover ground and a hangover tower, and that's your common traffic frequency. Hangover. There's a hangover control tower too. Oh, that is just, I'm sorry folks, that just cracks me up. Oh, that cracks me up. Needed that after this little bit of a somewhat lengthy flight. All right, let me get our ATIS, or I'm sorry, our altimeter. All right, 070 at 8. All right, we're looking at 3052. I have no idea. From my days in the military, I could speculate day after Friday. But anyway, after Friday night, actually. But anyway, I have no idea what is hangover. Ah. You and me both, sir. You and me both. Hangover ground, this crash 5 rolling. Oh, well. The funny things you've learned about flying through the flight sim. All right, now what are we dropping to? 10,000. Oh. And then for the initial on the good old DME ARC, 4,000. Okay. I wonder if at one time Randolph was one runway. They put the second, or it was two separate airports side by side, and they came together, and one of them was called Hangover, one was, I don't know. That's just hilarious. All right, we have traffic in between us. Where? Coming out of San Antonio? Yep. A319. Coming out of San Antonio.
Thousand to go.
All right. We're on the ILS. Wait a minute. Oh, that's us. Okay. There's the airport. If you're not familiar, right there. So we literally could do a visual. Why not do full precision? Do the DME arc. When I was in the Air Force working fire and crash, it was always neat to watch the C9s coming into Scott, just flying that arc, or really any airplane flying that arc out there when you could see them. And pretty neat how they held it and right onto the localizer for the runway. You know, doing that pilot stuff they're paid to do. Hang on, we're gonna try something here. All right, we're supposed to stay on a 14-mile arc off the the TAC end at the airport, and that didn't happen. All right, let me get the box set up here.
1,000 to go.
Randolph Air Force Base common traffic hangover. We are over Farsu inbound for 33 left. Again, my apology. I was trying to pay attention to the DME arc and see if we could hold it. Got a little squirrely, but we're intact. Okay, flaps full gear down, spoilers arm, brake set. And I got a runway in sight. All right, got the runway in sight, and we are cleared to land. And Randolph area traffic, SAM 1572, about a 5-mile final for 33 left.
VATSIM feet stabilized. Mr. Approach altitude set. 80 knots.
And Randolph traffic, Sam 1572 off at the north end, taxiing to parking. Well, thank you, Downwind Sim. Thanks for checking in with us. Glad to see you. It's been a while. And thanks for the very nice on the landing. Man, they sure make it seem like I smashed the runway at 210. Maybe I did. Oh boy, what do they park in these spots? All right, let's kill some lights. Come up here, put the APU generator online, that online. Okay, let me make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I already know one thing I did. I'm getting it right now. All right, so we got the APU on, bleed generators on, fasten seatbelts can go to off, transponder standby, fuel pumps will be going off once we shut down. All right, there we have it, folks. Let's take a quick gander here. It always says that. I don't know why. Just seeing what the airline got us at. I can't ever... Oh, it looks like 207. 207's our landing rate. Cool. All right, good job, yay team. We made it here into Randolph. All right, let's do a quick around the patch here, so to speak, and see how we did with our other flight trackers, Saitek. Okay, we're getting that again. So you can see the routing. Yeah, they don't have parking spots, but 213, 131, thumbs up for that. 1.7 Gs, okay, bad on that, but let's take a look where the touchdown actually occurred. I think I ended up long. Nope, not too bad. 15, 16, 1700 or so feet down the runway. That's not too bad. All right, and over to the official scorekeeper now. Hang on. Okay, they got us at 273, also at 180 or 131 knots, 1.8 on the Gs. Complete it. All right, that is a phenomenal flight, folks. We'll get the numbers here in a moment. Okay, it was just shy of 2 hours, 489 miles. And we know the landing details. Let's see what it looked like if I clicked it right. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Landed 1,600 feet down the runway at 4 feet to the left of the center line. That's a good landing. And at 273 feet a minute, yeah, we could have been a little better on that, but you know, that was a really good landing for a flight sim. So I hope y'all enjoyed. All right, real quick, some stuff here to go over real quick. We're going to take about a 5-minute break, Twitch. So if you all want to hang tight, grab something to eat, get something to drink, we'll be back in just a moment to fire up that second flight from North Vegas down to Dove Creek. Is that what it's called? Hang on. Okay. Phoenix Deer Valley Airport. And hope you all enjoy that flight coming up. For you all on YouTube, we have to say goodbye on this flight. But know this, we will record both flights. Well, this flight is recorded, so you are watching it. The next flight in sequence will be the Deer Valley flight, and it too will be uploaded later this week. So for YouTube, for now, I hope you all have a wonderful night. To everyone out there, God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I really hope you all have a blessed week, and we look forward to flying this second flight. Until then, we will see you for now. Again, Twitch folks, hang tight. Don't rush off. We'll be back in mere minutes. Also want to say thank you to More Nevo. Thank you for the follow, and I hope Brown Over Blue, you enjoy the subscription gifted to you. God bless. We'll see you on the next flight.